video cassette and select DVD. They'll leave you screaming for more.
Hey, girlfriends. I'm Chase.
Hi. I'm Katja.
And this is Fear Queers, where we're
gay as
gay as fuck.
Dude.
And we hang out. We talk about horror movies. We talk about also other media in general. And
that Reese's I just had
really zapped
I feel
me.
it like
no, I agree.
like in my blood.
No, I literally can feel the sugar coursing through my veins from one Reese's. That's getting older. Okay. I'm just saying the older I get, the more I'm like, whoa, sugar's hitting different ways. So we better record this podcast before we crash from that one Reese's.
Let's go.
Halfway through the episode, we're just like,
well, it is like all we ate today. So
it is true. I had some frosted mini wheats this morning.
You had your little snack last night with cereal too.
I know that was Cinnamon Toast Crunch. The taste you can see.
I love Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's a good dessert. That's a good idea.
Okay, that's what I'm saying because it's kind of healthy. Yeah. It's not like healthy, but it's not. It's not like I'm like eating an ice cream sandwich.
You know what my favorite cereal is?
What?
Apple cinnamon honey. What is it?
Honey and oats.
Cheerios. Sorry, Cheerio.
Oh, I haven't had those.
Apple cinnamon Cheerios. They're at Jewel. It's my favorite cereal.
So they're better than Apple Jacks.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I love that.
It's delicious.
I love Golden Grahams. I love Frosted Flakes.
I love Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
It's literally so fucking good. And like, I have to say one thing. When you it's like your first couple bites of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, where it's like it really is still crunchy,
and then they get soft.
Yeah, but I love it when they're like crunchy.
I like when it gets a little soft.
I mean, we all got our things. I'll pass the bowl to you. I'll pass the bowl to you once I'm done.
Yes, please.
Like once it's starting to get soft.
Yeah, it's like what do your people do?
My people. Yeah, they're not my people. Yeah, okay. The Roman Catholics.
Okay.
No.
We should bring a bowl of cereal to the next movie we see.
I would love nothing more. You know what? There was this cereal bar you would be, and you know what? And you listeners would also be obsessed with. It was in London. Probably still is. It was a cereal bar, and it was like retro. Like you walked in, and it's like a bar. It's like a store, and it's kind of like 90s themed and like kind of like retro, like 80s, 90s vibes. And you order cereal. You order cereal at the bar, and they make you a bowl of cereal. And then you take your bowl of cereal, and you go downstairs. You go downstairs, and it's like you stepped onto like a set of like these kids' bedrooms from like the 80s and 90s in like the least weird way that sounds. Yeah. It's just like walls of classic VHS. Whoa, and there's like all these like TV VCRs, and you're like and they're like, they have all these like VHS just kind of playing, and you sit at a table and you eat your cereal in this like basement vibe.
America is so late.
Yes, they are.
Girl.
But maybe we should jump into that.
Go.
Maybe, I'm just saying.
Jump into what?
They're selling the church down the street. Did you see that?
What church?
The big one, the church, the brick one, on the end of this street. The big one. I don't want to say the name of the street online.
Okay.
The big ass church with the A-frame church.
Gotcha.
Across the street from the school.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
They're selling it.
So should we
make a cereal bar in a church?
I don't know about opening businesses in churches anymore.
I thought the same thing. First of all, that shit is like dilapidated as fuck. Like, there's going to be some renovations needed. Yeah. Second of all, haunted. Demons. Absolutely.
Demons.
Or we can open up, or we can use the church to open up our Buffy pop-up.
Oh.
Our Buffy
my
pop-up.
God.
What's the bar called? The club called?
The Bronze.
The Bronze. That's where you open the Bronze.
Bitch. That is my dream. Oh, I did research. I should have said this in the fucking episode. I did research. No! They did. I remember going to. They had a pop up at Replay.
Oh, I love it when Replay does this
one back in 2017.
Oh, fun!
I remember it. I didn't remember it for a reason because it was not good.
Yeah, their pop ups like either a slap or they're awful. Yeah,
and they had some It was pretty.
They probably
bullshit.
had like cardboard cutouts and themed drinks.
Literally.
Yeah.
But ours would fucking slay.
No, it would be like I'm talking like smoke machines. I'm talking hired actors that are dressed up in full prosthetics as vampires coming in and kicking ass. A person like Buffy pretending to kick ass, and everyone just drinking and watching. And then you can be Giles and you get knocked out.
Yeah, I'll just be asleep the whole time. Oh my God, kind of my dream.
I mean, it
Just
would be
sleeping the
kind
whole
of
time.
great. And then like if you just get, you have to like act for like 10 minutes and then you just get knocked out and you can just sleep the rest of the show.
Literally like my perfect night out.
Okay, I'll take down the number when I walk by the church on the sign.
Okay. Listen to our Buffy show.
Yeah, it's called Hellmouth Homos.
Yeah.
Beyza, if you don't know. What you don't know is a lot.
What you don't know is a lot.
I'm watching it for the first time. Beyza's watching it for what number are you on?
Girl.
17 times.
I don't know how many times I haven't rewatched it.
It's not about how many, right?
It's about how much.
It's about... There's something there.
There is something there. It's true. It's there. Yeah, listen to our Buffy show.
And let's keep going.
Let's come on while we have the energy. And you can watch our Buffy show on YouTube, which you can also watch the show on YouTube.
You can watch all this on YouTube.
Yeah, and you should go to our YouTube and you can comment on there, and we will.
The comments are fun. I love it when people can leave a comment. It's so easy on YouTube just leave a comment, and it also is like just like one of the most.
You can too.
You can do it too. I just find it to be a very fun way to like have a conversation.
Yeah,
it's like a little forum.
It's just yeah.
Great.
And we watched something else.
We watched a little something at a little event.
I don't know how many times I've seen that movie, but
it was my first Elvira movie. And I have to say, okay, so by the way, we're talking about our Elvira, Mistress of the Dark
to take that down,
event
but it's over.
that we had on Friday the 13th at the Brood Coffee Shop in Chicago. We are sure to do more of those, right? Like we got to do more of those movies.
Especially if it's as good as Elvira. Like it has to be good.
Yeah, it has to be good. It has to like draw a crowd, which the crowd came.
The crowd came.
Which
Thank
was
you
great.
if you are listening to
if
this
you're
and you were
listening
there.
and you came, big thank you.
Thank you so much. It was so much fun. I was in the I remember I forgot to tell you this, but I was in the bathroom and I heard, you could hear a lot. And I heard like all the people laughing when I was in the bathroom and I was like, "Oh,
I know.
So cute." It's such a good movie to watch
It is
in a
so
crowd.
funny.
It's such a good movie to watch.
I didn't realize that it was going to be that funny. I thought it was going to be like more like campy and cheesy, and it is that, but it's that plus it's very funny.
It's so funny. I mean, she just... God,
I had to say, for some reason, the joke that really just got me so much was like he was like complimenting the way she smelled, like what perfume does she use, and she's like Supreme Unleaded. Don't smoke.
Don't smoke. Yeah,
just like the way
couch.
she goes, don't smoke.
Yeah.
So funny.
Her delivery. I mean,
so good. She's very good.
Is too talented.
So talented.
Yeah. It's. Yeah. I love her. I would love. We should talk about that movie one day.
We should absolutely do that.
But I had so much fun.
I did too.
I had such a good time.
Me too. I gave 4 out of 5 stars.
I think I gave it 5. I love.
Yeah,
that movie.
I know. I probably should have given it a 5.
It's such a comfort movie. It's a good like 90-minute like. Ooh.
She's crunchy.
Yeah, it's like queer. It's so queer.
Yeah,
it's
good.
so good.
Really good.
And she's mother. She is mother.
She's mommy.
She's mother. I got a figure. It's over there. I'm not picking it up.
Yeah, they figure it's only $20 and it's nice. I almost bought one, but I didn't want to be like a fake fan. Like, you know what I mean? I know, but like
if you're gay and a little bit spooky, you're a fan.
And also like there is something iconic about like buying it just because you want it.
So true.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, you know, like it's like it doesn't matter if I'm watching this for the first time. If I'm watching it, I want it.
This entire room is a byproduct of that. One day we should do like a YouTube video of you like doing a tour of my office and our recording space.
I would love that. Maybe we can do that for my birthday.
Okay.
Maybe that's a birthday episode.
Oh, kind of fun.
Oh yeah. Okay, so thank you for coming to that. We'll keep you updated on more movie nights at the Brood.
To you.
And what else have we done?
Oh my God, we've done so much. We watched last
night, The Last of Us.
About last night. It was the last of me, bitch.
I know, it was The Last of You.
Okay. Yeah, so Chase was so nice to watch The Last of Us first episode with me last night.
Well, I knew, I mean, I was like so excited for you. It's like, there's nothing like being obsessed with something and it premiering.
Yeah.
It's such a fun feeling. And I wanted to celebrate that.
Yeah, it was a night. I don't even know where to begin. But I will say I was shaking like a fucking leaf. Like my legs were like tense.
Yeah.
I felt weird.
Girl,
I felt like a
what did you
clicker
put
got
in
me.
this? Yeah.
I felt like a little infected. But we did watch it, and what were your initial thoughts on The Last of Us? Because it's a big okay. My gatekeepery side is coming out. Now listen.
I get it. It's good to acknowledge.
I cannot gatekeep the number one video game probably ever made.
Right.
But now I will, because no, I'm kidding. But I will be upset because I think it's like a little piece of me is just out from the. I feel exposed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
No, I get it.
Like,
I don't
not
know.
in a way that's like I love that other people are enjoying it now, but I do feel like a little bit like ooh.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing that happens when you like love something, and it's like more of like it's more of like a smaller fandom experience, or it's just like all that kind of thing. But I don't know because I get what you're saying when you say you feel exposed. Like you just kind of feel like you're like out there, and you also feel like something is being taken from you, which is such a weird feeling.
It's weird because I shouldn't feel that way, because it's like
no. But what I'm saying is that there is something universal to that experience.
No, yeah, absolutely. And I'm saying this because a lot of people are talking about it who are like fans of the game and feel a certain type of way about it being this huge thing.
Yeah.
And I love that more people are playing the game, and I want everyone to like know about this story. I think it is just like, it's hard when it's such a personal thing and you feel so attached to it, and it's just out in the world. It's like not gatekeeper. It's just like scary. It's a little scary.
Yeah. It's like a weird transition, and it's, if it's any condolence, like it would drive me crazy in little ways. And I would also have like little like impulses and reactions where it's like watching everyone just be like, say how amazing something is or how much they love it when like
it's just because we were hurt as children.
Do you think that's what it is? It's very interesting. It is. I really want psychological studies on this.
I feel like for me, I won't speak for you, but I feel like for me, my gatekeepery side comes out when I'm like, I've been saying this and no one listens to me. And I'm like,
it's like a trigger.
That's my inner child. Like that's like, you're okay. It's okay. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't be a little gatekeeper. But I think I just get that way when I'm like, I've said this for years and no one listens to me. And I say that in my everyday life, but
no, that makes total sense.
Yeah,
that makes total sense.
But that's,
I get that.
Internal trauma.
I know. I don't know what mine is though, because that makes sense to me, but I don't think that's mine. What is my trigger?
What's your trigger?
What's your trigger?
In the comments. Are you triggered? Let us know.
I don't know. I think I'm like thinking back to like certain like artists I've liked, and then they get like really big, and it's like annoying when they
Lana
get
Del
big.
Rey. That was mine.
Well, yeah. I mean, that was kind of like, yeah.
Paramore. Woo.
Oh, yeah.
That was rough.
And then once it happens, it's fine.
Yeah.
But it's like there's something about that transitional period where it's just like uncomfortable and like, ugh, it's so icky and eye rolly. For me, I think it's like, I think a little bit of it is ego. Like part of it is like, it's just me being like, oh my God, like
you're so late.
Yes. Yeah. 2000 and late.
Yeah. I think it is that. But I think for me, it really stems from like, I wish you listened to me about this when I was saying it, and now you like kind of find it on your own, which is fine. But I think for some reason I take that so personally.
Yeah. But I get it.
That's on me.
1, 2, 3. That's on me.
1, 2, 3. That's on me. And I'm just trying to suck it up and be like happy that it's getting this attention. Hopefully that means that the third game will come out. I mean, I think it was going to happen anyway, but I think they're really retelling the story in such a. I was shocked by how different. I mean, you played a bit of the game, like you played.
Yeah,
maybe
so I understood
hour.
like the vibe and the characters for the most part.
And I was shocked at how different it was. I was just in shock. I was just like, oh, they are like not, just putting the video game on the screen for us to all watch, because that's what it feels like. That game. Yeah. Because it's so acclaimed, because it feels like a movie that you have some control over. And the fact that there were all of these changes, which is like scary about like, changes to a thing that you love, but so well done. Yeah. And really well adapted to TV.
And that's what kind of makes like the moments that are kind of like frame for frame of the game, that's like those moments are that much more exciting, because like, they're not all the time. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So like when you are in the car trying to drive away, like that's like, oh my God, this is like, I'm right back in the video game.
And the way, I mean, I think the entire episode, I might be wrong, but I watched it again this morning.
Oh, yes. Oh, my
and-
God. I don't know how you did that. It's so intense, Beyza. It is such an intense show.
I think that because I just finished replaying the first game a couple days ago too, so I'm not like what's the word? Like unresponsive to it. I'm just kind of like trying to get all my bearings back together.
Oh, fair. That makes sense.
Yeah, and I think I don't know. I just needed to rewatch it, and I probably will watch it one more time before the next episode comes out. But what the fuck was I saying? Oh, I think that it was all handheld camera work.
Oh,
the entire episode.
Wow.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
And it does such a good job of specifically that car scene that you're talking about. I was like, holy shit.
You're like in the car.
It's
Like with
crazy.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, and it is shot for shot, from the game. And I love that it's not just the game put up on your TV screen, but when you have those shot for shot moments, you're like, oh my God, that's like,
yeah.
It makes you feel like, just more into it. And I think now that I know that it's not just going to be what I expect, I'm more excited.
Yes.
Even though I know major plot points that are going to happen, there are still things to look forward to. Which
and it
is
probably
so cool.
also aids in that gatekeeping feeling, right? Because it almost feels like more separate, which is nice.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I realized I felt gatekeeping about. I mean, growing up, I felt gatekeeping about Hocus Pocus. As soon as it started getting very
growing up.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure now, but I don't, but I don't exercise my gatekeepiness.
No.
I just rant
not after
about
that second movie, okay?
No, I finally was released from my prison when that movie was released. No, but I mean, the not me about to say gentrification, the commercialization and commodification of that movie. You don't want something.
Disney's
you don't want something
close to gentrifying somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow.
You don't want something that you love to be cheapened.
Yeah.
And I think there's I think that's part of the reason why I tend to gatekeep is it's more of a big part of it is ego, of course, but then a part of it too, I think, is a protectiveness. I'm protective over it. I'm like, don't cheapen what this is.
Yeah.
Don't cheapen what it could be. Don't take away from what it is.
Sure.
So I just thought I'd throw that out there.
No, that's a great point. And I think, I don't know, I think there's also, for me with anything, but I guess specifically The Last of Us, well, The Last of Us also has a very toxic community.
Does it really? I see. I know nothing about the community.
Oh, well, it's a video game, and video games
they draw a crowd, right?
Have a crowd.
Yeah,
and that crowd tends to be toxic.
Yeah.
So I think my main worry is these people who are so toxic from just experiencing this game that they apparently love so much, quote unquote, that they are just sending death threats to actors and all this crazy shit. I was worried something similar might happen with the show. I don't know. I mean, and it is happening. Bella Ramsey, who plays Ellie.
No. Oh my God. She's a kid. She's literally a kid.
Is getting, horrible things sent to her and just horrible things said about her. And I think it's just hard when something that already kind of had this toxic community kind of grows into the number one HBO show.
I have to say, I do think it's really good. I'm glad that we're able to talk about sort of gatekeeping tendencies because I think, again, they're very natural to have. Mm-hmm. And I think it's important just to talk about it because I can
talk about it forever.
I can talk about it forever because I find it really interesting, but also I'm proud of us for doing it because it's a vulnerable thing to do because it's it's admitting to ugly traits and ugly tendencies, but it's really important that that's the only way people are going to hopefully stop doing it. Do you know what I mean? Is by talking about it, is by acknowledging it, is by bringing it into the light.
I think when you're lost in the darkness, look for the light. Okay.
Oh my God, fireflies.
Yeah, I think. I could talk about it forever.
I could talk about this all day.
I really could because I think it's I really think it's an interesting conversation, an interesting instinct that we have as people. What are you saying?
We should literally bring a fucking licensed psychoanalyst therapist person. And we need to have a conversation. I'm going to ask Eric about this. I'm literally asking Eric, my therapist.
I would love to. Just because gatekeeping is so relevant in media and it sweeps the nation.
It is a
like
pandemic.
The cordyceps fungus swept the nation. It really does. And I think it's important to say when you're feeling that way and say what you're feeling, but also like not act on your impulsive, you know, which I never do because and especially on the internet, I'm like, y'all, please get a friend.
Yeah.
Like,
and then it's also like, I get like, if you love something, that's fine. But there's so much entitlement that gets wrapped up where it's like, it's also, oh my God, not me doing this. It's also like a confusion of like love versus possession.
Yeah.
If you love something or someone,
right.
you shouldn't look at them as like you own them or you possess them. And it's the same thing, you know what I mean? Because it's like once you think you own it, once you love it in the way that you think you own it, then there comes entitlement over it because you love it. So then all of a sudden, you know what's best, and you know, like that's wild, girl.
No, it's wild.
Happens to people too.
It really is, and it's. I mean, Scream just talked about this in Scream 5. Like it's especially in the horror community, and it's a huge.
And they made a Star Wars joke about that in the movie. They literally made a joke about it in the Star Wars. Didn't they?
What?
This is something about Star Wars. Because like they were like bitching about sequels in the movie in Scream.
Oh, yes.
Maybe they made a Star Wars joke.
Exactly.
Or maybe I was just thinking about Star Wars when I watched that scene when they were talking about being on the forums talking about sequels.
Yeah,
anyway.
I'm sure that's, you know, I'm sure it's also, I know it's relevant. And
yeah.
I mean, in any fandom. So that's why, you know, it's, that's my feelings. This was a rant, but
It was a good rant. I liked it.
Thank
I
you.
really liked it.
But more importantly, it was such a fucking good episode.
It was good.
It did not feel like an hour and a half. Both times I watched it, it didn't feel that long. It did not feel long to me. It felt like
it was deeply engaging.
It just felt engaging and wow. I loved everything. I mean, I think I was in shock when we watched it. I think I was just kind of like, okay, and I wanted more. I immediately Blake wanted
Even
more
Blake
immediately.
wanted more, yeah.
And I can't wait for next week. I think it's just something to look forward to, and I don't know, it makes me inspired. It makes me want to like work on a TV show or work on a video game.
That's so good.
Yeah,
that's so good. I've heard through the grapevine that if we thought that episode was good, then we better buckle up. That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
I will say I don't like shows like this typically.
Yeah.
Like I don't like
You don't like zombie stuff.
I don't like zombie. I don't know why. I don't know why I don't like it, but it just I don't know why I don't like it. I think I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
That's okay. I mean, hey.
I would like to know. I think it's just I don't like especially God, the way that video game starts and the show starts, it is so gnarly seeing people like humans in like dire situations where
scary.
Everyone's animalistic side comes out. I hate it.
We
lived through it 3 years ago.
Yeah, just barely 3 years ago.
It was a little.
And I'm
triggering.
sorry, it felt like that. Like I mean,
the
that's
way
so
that they
dramatic.
closed their business down on March 13th, like everyone shut down. We all went home. We said just go straight home, like in like. Go buy groceries. The grocery shopping.
Families were separated. I think like, and The Last of Us 2 came out at that time, like around that time, and I was very, probably unhealthily obsessed with that game at that time, which explains my attachment to this franchise.
Right.
But it really captured all of that really well, and not in a way that felt cheap to what we went through as just people.
No. Yeah.
It kind of like really complemented it nicely because it's not like a show about COVID. It's a show about, you know, what else could have happened.
Yeah. And it kind of just, I think, does a good job highlighting the fragility of
mankind.
Society. Yeah. Of a society.
Yeah.
And on top of that, like the innate fear of of like, truly unknown. And that's what COVID was at first. I mean, it was like you knew nothing.
Yeah.
I was wearing 2 masks outside if I dared to go outside.
I didn't go outside.
That's insane that we went through that.
Yeah,
like that
we
is
just
so
didn't know.
gnarly.
We didn't know. And I think I loved this first episode too because we didn't have to we saw that, but we didn't have to like get the full, I mean, in the game too, this happens, but we went from, you know, Sarah dying to 20 years later. Thank God, because I don't need the like scientists figuring out what goes wrong or like, what do you need to wear a mask or do you need to fuck off? You know, I like that we had that transition. I like they kept it in the game, in the TV show.
Put me straight in the QZ.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't need that extra trauma. But yeah, it really, I mean, the other thing, I really liked what you said about, you know, how easy it is for society to crumble in these situations and how it did, literally.
Yeah.
And I think the last thing I'll say is the game, and I think this TV show will really show people, at least it showed me, how much we take for granted and how to appreciate what you have.
Puss in Boots did that for me, girl.
Period.
I love that. I love that. And I hope it does do that. And I think it's just the timing of this series is very interesting. And I hope that people find.
I think it's great timing.
I think it is too. And I think it really does have the potential to sort of like be of use to our collective psyche, you know, with where we're at in the pandemic.
I hope so. Yeah. I hope it just teaches us a thing or two. I don't know.
I would like to learn.
I would love to learn.
I also, so I love the show and I don't like shows like this.
Yeah.
And yet I liked this show. I will say I am so grateful that we are like, the quest has started. Like, I know like gnarly shit's going to happen, but I am so happy the quest has started because the hardest part for me is that setup is brutal. I think it's a part of the reason why I didn't go back to the game because it was very sad. It's very gnarly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well,
shit. We'll see you next Sunday. I have D&D, so we'll have to figure out when we're going to watch it.
Right.
Or you guys, I don't know. Maybe you and Blake can watch without me, but my gatekeeping side's coming out. I'm like,
I don't know about that. I don't know about that in your house.
But you know what I'm ready not to gatekeep about because I really don't
Puss
care.
in Boots.
No.
No, I know. Girl, wow, this is a controversial episode.
I'm living. It's good. It's good content.
Okay.
Controversial content.
Controversial. You go. We have different opinions, so you go ahead. I'm gonna drink
we
my
have
water.
seen the Fembot movie, M3GAN.
I'll be your fembot.
Ooh, what was that?
Charlie XCX.
See, I didn't get into it until later. It crashes my alb. So, okay, gatekeep Charlie. Yeah.
It's Charlie baby. Go on.
Okay, so I
Be
saw
homophobic.
M3GAN.
Ooh.
I think I am an ally for not liking this movie. I think me respecting Annabelle as my one true queen is what's pro-gay. Listen, the movie we saw M3GAN, M3GAN. It was fine. It was good.
Would you consider it mid?
Yes.
Wow.
I know everyone's obsessed with it, but okay, this is gonna sound. I don't know, if I even should put this on the internet. It's kind of toxic.
It's fine. Go off.
Okay, but I'm gonna own that it's toxic. It feels like one of those like horror movies that like everyone just likes. Like it's like a horror movie made for like non-horror movie people.
But that's good.
And it's a great thing. But it's kind of like Love, Simon. Like was a gay movie made for straight people. That's how I felt about Meg. Like M3GAN was like, I know, it's toxic. But there's something about it that's just mid for me. Like, I think, honestly, if I didn't watch any of the trailers going in, I would have been living. Like, the trailers destroyed that movie for me, personally.
I agree with you.
And also, like, it was fun and it was cool, but I felt like I was just watching, like, an alternate universe of Avengers. Like, I'm like, okay, I know what's going to happen. I know Ultron's going to take over the AI. Like, I know these things are going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just kind of, like, sitting there waiting for the next thing to happen. And every once in a while, there's a very funny joke or there's, like, kind of an exciting kill. But, like, it was just kind of, I was just kind of waiting for it to go to the next thing. And that's all I mean. It was a good movie. I love straight people. I love gay people. I love robots. And I love AI. Slay. I don't. Well,
no.
I guess in certain contexts, I'm just trying not to offend anybody. But my final opinion is the movie is a good movie. I don't have any like critique of it, except that my personal experience of watching it was just kind of waiting for the next thing to happen, and I tended to know what that would be, and then it was over.
Yeah,
it just I wasn't in it.
Yeah,
but it was nice. It was a nice movie.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't for you. I think we just had fun watching it, which is like what else?
Yeah, we did have fun watching it.
A good popcorn movie.
Yeah.
I will say I saw this, which is wild. from Variety, they reported that M3GAN is the first movie in over a decade to open above 30 million in the first week of the new year, which is pretty cool.
Very cool.
I do think,
and that movie costs a fraction of that to make.
Yeah, and I think I liked it definitely more than you did, but I understand the feeling of like waiting for the next thing to happen and not really like living in that moment. And we can definitely talk about, like, I have some other things I didn't
like. I just would kind of glaze over a little bit.
Yeah, totally.
And I was just kind of like, okay, like what do you, like, entertain me?
Yeah, I think, and we talk about this a little bit too, but I do think it's because this is, I am viewing this movie as this generation's Chucky.
100%.
Like, I think it's very much that gateway horror vibe.
And it made me feel like I was in high school, which I loved.
Yeah,
like,
and there were high schoolers in our
and they were right
theater,
behind us. They're like,
living.
she's doing the dance. Like, I love that.
And they were
like,
living,
I love that.
and I love that.
Yeah, it's literally it's like I felt like I was watching, because we watched it with a big group of people.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, I feel like we're all just like in high school, like, and we're watching our favorite like cool new PG-13 movie on the weekend.
Yeah, and I think just because we're old, we're just old.
Yeah.
It's true. I mean,
I'm turning 28.
I know, girl.
And if you're older than that, you're not old, but I'm just saying from my experience right now, I can't believe I'm turning 28. It's not even
like age. I do feel like it's my taste. Like, I feel
like my taste and my body are starting to change.
Yeah, it's very weird. Because I think maybe 3 years ago, this would have been like my movie of the year.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Because it is iconic in ways. Like,
it is very iconic.
I really loved
And she's a badass. Yeah. And great. Everything was great about it.
Yeah, I think I've just become jaded by content. So I'm just like,
I kind of think so.
I'm kind of like, I hate comparing things, but I'm like, girl, I saw Barbarian a couple months ago and that fucking slayed.
And that
I'm
blew
like,
my mind.
Yeah, and
that
it blew
was
my mind, and like fucking skinkabink, and like all these, just there's so much stuff that I think sometimes my mind goes elsewhere. Maybe that's ADHD, girl. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we're misdiagnosed.
Yes, probably. It's happened to me before. I do want to note, though, because there are things that I do want to talk about that I really liked. But I also want to say that M3GAN was written by Akilah Cooper, a Black woman, and she's one of the hottest screenwriters right now.
Yeah.
Malignant.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
And I guess she's doing The Nun 2.
Doing what?
The Nun 2.
Okay, I have
not seen The Nun
interested.
1.
The Nun one is like, I've watched recaps of it because it's just not good from what I hear. But I love the Conjuring universe. I will bathe in the Conjuring universe.
I'll definitely
see
it.
I think Nun 2 is gonna slay.
I think so too. I just I do love her. I think her writing really was the good part of this movie.
Yes.
And it, like, I think there are just a lot of, M3GAN's an icon, but I think a lot of my gripes were with her. I don't know.
Yes, I agree.
Like, I wanted a little more slay. A little bit.
Yes, 100%. And this, I think first and foremost, I agree. The writing, incredible.
Yeah.
No, I'm not bleeding. Bleeding blood.
M3GAN.
M3GAN. The writing was incredible.
That's you coming out of the movie theater.
I literally am. No, the writing was great. The casting was wonderful. Wonderful casting.
I love, I forget the little girl's name, but she's in Haunting of Hill House. And
she is
incredible.
Yeah, she's really good.
She's so talented.
She's really good. And just everyone, even like the smaller characters, like that kid's mom who got hit by the truck. Not the mom, but the kid. His mom. Yeah. Like, she's great. I mean, everyone's cast well. Like, yeah, the neighbors got a great cast.
Yeah.
Dog, perfect casting.
Perfect.
So what was I going to say? What were you talking about?
I was saying, we were saying how
Thank you. We need Meg to slay harder.
Yes.
And I think that does kind of come down to like maybe jaded by content a little bit. Like, I'm used to like Chucky kicking people's fucking asses. And especially I don't need her to like, and I know she like killed people and like cool, whatever, but there's like 3 kills and I don't need to see gore. I don't need to see violence. I love PG-13 movies.
Yes.
And I think it's like bad faith when people are like, oh, well, it's just like a PG-13 movie and you have something against that. It's like, no, I literally love PG-13 horror. It's just like she didn't do that much. She never felt like that big of a threat to me.
Yeah.
Like that is,
she felt like Mother.
Yeah, she just kind of felt like a homie in some ways. The Bulletproof song was great.
I mean, I will say there's a couple things that I loved, and that's one of them. Yeah. But also,
sorry, we're talking about how she could have slayed harder.
No, well, because screenwriter Akilah Cooper says that in the original script, M3GAN was supposed to kill way more people.
That's what I needed. Sorry.
Yeah, I needed the kills to really count,
She
and
wasn't
they didn't.
scary, or like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Ultron is a better villain than her, and Ultron is poorly written in that movie. Like, it's so frustrating.
Yeah. What other robots are really scary? Am I missing another robot?
I don't know. There might be something about Five Nights at Freddy's.
And you're obviously going to compare to like Chucky and Annabelle and these, more.
I mean, and like, you don't even have to kill people, but like scare people. She wasn't scaring people, and I think that was something that was missing for me. I wanted her to scare the crap out of people.
I agree.
If she wasn't going to kill them, scare them. Like all those people that were just standing around at the test rehearsal for like the presentation. She didn't do. I mean, she just walked back past them, and that's her prerogative. She had things to do. She had an agenda, but it's like, why don't like scare people? Like be a menace. I wanted her to be more of a menace, and they really like. They build her to be like this bitch, and she is that bitch, she isn't like that bitch.
Yeah, I agree. I never felt. I think I like how you put it. I never really felt threatened by her presence.
Yes,
like I do with Annabelle or Chucky or
like
Tiffany.
They're gonna like rock your shit. If they don't kill you, they're gonna scare the crap out of you.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you.
You're right. I agree with you.
Now let's talk about what we loved.
What?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say. I mean, no, I think we said everything that,
all the neggies are out of the way.
Yeah, I think so. I do. I think
neggy.
the last thing I'll say is I feel like they did try to squeeze a lot into this first movie because there's going to be a second one, obviously.
Oh yeah. And I already have the plot.
Yeah. And I think it was fun. I had fun. It was fun.
It's fun.
What did we like? My first thing is that it's just a well-written, funny movie. Like
yes, really well written.
I had a lot of fun watching it.
Yes.
So I think, hey, that's at least that puts me at least a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It yeah. It took its time. It was a very smooth.
I guess that opening of the commercial,
thing.
I was living.
Okay, and this leads me to another point. I love that commercial. I love that opening. Yeah. The commercials for this movie should have been that for Meg. They should have been Meg commercials in universe. Commercials for the doll. Because I wish I didn't see it in the commercials.
They really leaned. I would have rather had that than the fucking trailer that we got.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think the marketing for this movie was great. That would have been
the
fun.
practical marketing was for sure.
But
anyway, sorry. What we like. We love the opening. We love the fuzzy Furby things.
Okay. Can I say?
Yeah.
Gemma, who is what's her name?
Who's Gemma?
The main woman.
She is so pretty.
Well, what the fuck is her name?
I don't know.
Allison? Allison.
Okay. What is she in?
Get Out.
Oh.
Allison, I think, is her real name.
Okay.
The actress's name. I'm so sorry. She's a lesbian. She is a lesbian.
This is a sapphic love story.
Yes.
This is, I agree.
Okay, you're a fucking, first of all, you're a toy designer.
Yeah.
Immediately
with
you're
like
gay.
this like shelf of collectibles.
Immediately you're gay.
And a disdain and like a distrust of children.
And you live in like the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
And you dress like that.
Yes, and you wear your hair like that. I mean, respectfully, I mean that. I mean, there's no other way to mean that but a compliment. But I'm not trying to play to stereotypes, but like, she's a lesbian.
No, it's the vibes.
It's the vibe.
It's the
She's so
vibes.
sapphic. I agree.
And just like her, I will say one of my favorite thing about this movie is her relationship. This 3-way relationship between her and the kid and M3GAN. I really liked how she used M3GAN as a tool to like not deal with her grief. I thought that was like really smart writing and like really good character development. And I really connected with it. I liked her character because she was so unlikable and like very like anal and just like
I agree.
a bitch.
She's just a human. She felt very real.
Yeah, she felt like a toy, like
and
a
relatable.
robot. Huh?
And relatable.
Yeah, very.
Very relatable.
Yeah. But I love, that's my favorite, I think that's my favorite part about this movie is like using M3GAN as a way to like not have to deal with reality.
Yes.
And how both of these her and the little girl were kind of like, I don't remember her name. Were both using M3GAN to like not deal with their real life.
Yes, but I agree.
And like that's what we do with our little phones.
I agree. No, it was a really interesting like commentary on technology and how we engage with it. And also like I loved the attachment theory part to it. I thought it was really just like smart. I was like, oh, I kind of thought about that. That's a really good point. Like she's literally looking to M3GAN like as like a mom. Right. And like we were just talking about this is like, it's like people like literally just get, I mean, it's so crazy. I talk about being on my phone too much all the time with my partner. Yeah. And like, it's just crazy. Like sometimes it's to the point, like I just deleted TikTok because it's called TikTok because TikTok, it's been 20 minutes. Yeah. And you started your day 30 minutes late. Should I look up
what my screen time for TikTok is?
Yeah, actually you should. Okay. And while you pull that up, I'm just going to say that like your phone gives you everything you need. It gives you everything you need. Well, and
you can't do anything without your phone.
No. You order food. You order sustenance from it. You connect with people. Yeah, you have full social connection. You can use it for sexual purposes. Like you get everything. Food, sex, connection. Like there's just directions. Like you just get and like validation. You get like emotional stuff from it. You like it's there for you when you're sad. It makes you feel better. Like it's just crazy. You learn from it. I mean, it's like crazy. It gives you everything you need. Yeah. So.
The last 2 days, 2 hours and 47 minutes, which is not that bad.
For 2 days?
Yeah.
That's not too bad. An hour each day.
And I've been alone for 2 days, so
no, yeah. Also, you've been home alone, so it makes sense. Like, if I would probably download TikTok if I was home alone.
Yeah, I think the thing is with TikTok, for me, when I've deleted it, I just put my time in other things on my phone, like Instagram or whatever the fuck. Yeah. And I think that's what's gonna happen with robots.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a grim look into the future. I hate to say it. Yeah. It's a grim look. And I'm maybe that's dramatic, but that's just what I feel. Oh, M3GAN?
Yeah. But what about her?
Confirmed Bard and Bella.
Ooh, whoa, whoa, oh, ooh, whoa, whoa, oh.
That I have not laughed. I didn't, like, I busted out laughing.
It was so awesome because and also her original song for like little Disney, and I loved it because it made sense because like of course like an AI is gonna like pull like all these like Disney princess songs and kind of like put it together to come up with the original song to comfort this kid. That was awesome. Yeah, and Titanium, you guys, Sia needs to be stopped respectfully. Like she released the M3GAN version of Titanium on Spotify, and it's not even Meg singing, so I'm pissed because I thought Meg would be singing or at least a duet sing with her.
Huge L.
And she literally just sings her song slower.
Capitalized,
And you know what's not in right now? Slowed down versions. You know what's in? Sped up versions. Thank you, TikTok.
Thank you, TikTok. Coming all back.
I yield my time.
Oh, Christ.
Titanium.
It was just so good, and I'm really looking forward to them. Like, I would love to. I would watch a Meg 2, Revenge of Meg.
I'll be there opening night.
Yeah, and
because you know why it's gonna slay harder.
I think so too.
I think
now that it has our attention and brought in this huge audience, which is great. Yeah, I think they can maybe afford to be a little more strange and like creepy and like moving forward.
I agree.
I have a controversial question for you.
Ooh. I love those. I've already gotten canceled like 3 times this episode, so let's hear it.
You know what? It happens. Okay.
You know what?
It's fine.
We wake up, we get canceled, we go to bed.
Go to sleep. Go to shit. Yeah. It's just a part
of life.
Go to
sleep and then go to shit.
Yeah. My question to you and the listeners is M3GAN a gay icon?
A profound silence. I'm very interested to hear what you all think in the comments. Before I saw the movie, yes. Since seeing the movie, no.
Okay.
I think leading up to the movie, she was like a gay icon. She is not a gay, and this is my barometer for the gay icon. Babadook. That is like, the Babadook was like a character who was like forced to be an LGBTQ icon by like Netflix doing what they did. And like, it just like became iconic.
Like it just happened naturally.
Gay icon. And we got fan art. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Then we go down to like Annabelle. She's like prissy porcelain like bitch. Like she is Annabelle.
PPB.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so like she is by definition gay icon, and she's been around. Like, and she's like, she kicks ass. I think part of being a gay icon is you have to throw people around. Do you know what I mean? And then we have like Chucky, obviously not only gay icon, but queer ally with queer kids. Like, I mean, that's like Chucky's just queer.
Yeah.
I don't know if M3GAN, as of now, hits that level of gay icon. I think before she did, but I don't think she does. And there also is an element to a gay icon that it starts out underdog. There has to be an element of, and she's never been the underdog.
Guns a-blazing with M3GAN.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that I'll say is like when you're trying to create a new horror icon, gay or not, they tend to be gay. They just. It's too. It feels forced a little bit.
Yeah.
I think she's a gay icon. You know, I think she. You know, as much as like Madonna is. Sorry, we're being controversial. Controversial.
You are definitely being controversial.
We're being controversial, and I will say it. I'm sorry. Like
you like she's just as much of a gay icon as Lady Gaga. She is.
I'm kidding.
Not.
I'm kidding.
Oh, she's not even Madonna. But like Madonna is a gay icon. M3GAN can't even. Oh, girl.
She can sing better than Madonna.
I am disagreeing with everything Beyza is saying. I need everyone on the internet to understand. I go to bat for that woman. Anyways, Madonna would kill M3GAN with one hand.
Right. What is... I have one more question for you. What song has to be in the squeak wall?
Oh.
What is your number one song that has to be in M3GAN and Meg 2, Meg Returns? To slay again.
Probably like Heads Will Roll.
Oh, that's fun.
But like, how would she sing that? You know what I mean? Like,
she's a robot. She can make sounds.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm not asking technically. I just mean like, when would she? Maybe a slowed down Heads Will Roll for a lullaby.
I think she could. We'll tell them.
Yeah. We'll let them know. What do you think?
Oh, I'm so glad
you've had time to think about this.
I would love. Maybe There Will Be Blood by Kim Petras could be kind of fun.
I mean, if she wants to be a gay icon, she's going to have to pull from that.
That's the thing. I think I would be like, hell yeah, gay icon if she picked some gay songs to sing.
I'm sorry. She comes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, Dancing on My Own. Oh. That would be good. If she sang some,
you know, it'd be really fucking funny.
Yeah.
If she sang Betty Who.
No, not Somebody Loves You.
That would be fucking funny.
That would be funny.
I mean, that would be
And
peak.
she like terrorizes a gay marriage proposal video.
Literally, yes. She needs to sing.
Should we?
I mean, we need to send
Make
some emails.
Make a fan film? Oh.
I think we should manifest it in the movie, and if it's not, then we'll make the fan edit.
Right. You seem so interested in doing that.
Yeah, no, if there's anything that this bitch has done has lived in my mind rent free. I just am obsessed with her. She's such a slay queen. The house down. I love M3GAN. Slay.
Gay people are being annoying about her. I will say that. Like,
I like don't understand the hype, bro. Like, I just don't. Like, I don't.
I mean, I get it, but I'm not gonna say it publicly.
Yeah.
I don't stand people publicly unless it's Buffy or Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Unless it's
Same
like,
person.
well, yeah, unless they're fucking worth being stand. You know I'm right. Like, there's a reason why you're not being public about it. It's because she's like not that fucking iconic yet.
Well, you know, she was supposed to be brunette, kind of slay. Could have been kind of slay.
Honestly, I think she just has to grow into her power. I think she has to grow into her iconography.
I agree. Yeah, I think
I'm not writing her off.
No, yeah, I know. I think people really go in guns a-blazing when like a doll talks and they're like gay icon. Like, it is pretty funny.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like, pretty funny, but like, I don't know, do whatever you want, but I don't have to like it. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's the future of M3GAN? What do you think?
I think the future of M3GAN is
she's going to be squirted like a
she's going to be milked dry.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not that.
That's the saying.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, don't be sorry. You probably should stick with the fruit metaphor. I personally feel that if they wanted to slay, this is what I want. I have this all written. Are you ready? I want the nerdy guy who watches Pornhub in the office, I guess, which was very funny to the teenagers behind me, but that's what we loved.
Did he die?
Yeah, he died.
Okay. Oh, he sent the files.
But we don't know. I mean, like, apparently he didn't. This is what I want. I want him to have leaked those files to another toy company. Obviously, the toy company that had M3GAN goes under. Mm-hmm. But luckily, a competitor has the files. They already know that it's going to be a huge success. Mm-hmm. So they decided to start with the whole fleet of them. They don't just make one. They don't
know what happened.
Yeah, they don't know what happened. No one knows what happened, which I think is a great, smart writing choice, by the way.
And because totally. And because they hyped up the release of it, people are like clamoring.
People are hungry for it.
Yeah.
So they decided to go ahead and make a whole fleet of them. So we have an army of M3GANs ready to go.
Yeah.
Then we have Mother M3GAN, who's in the AI in the house. That becomes like their fucking headquarters. That's where she's giving orders. That is like I'm trying to think of like a place like the hub. That's the hub.
Yeah.
It's the hub. And
do you think what's her name is in jail? Because
I think she should be.
I think she should be penalized. I don't think.
But does anyone know?
What do you mean?
Like, how are they gonna know? Like, does anyone know about?
Well, everyone knows that she was behind the operation. Like, she's the one who.
But do they know M3GAN killed?
I think. Yeah, I think they did at the end.
I guess, yeah, maybe. But what I'm saying is, I think they should pretend like that no one knows. I mean, I think they should really lean into like. Don't make it too realistic. I think this movie was very realistic, which is good writing, but not my preference for this type of movie. But so that's why for the sequel, I'm pushing this whole idea of like, no, a fleet of M3GANs, Mama M3GAN's in the AI in the house. That's the hub. She's just sicking them on everyone and anyone and taking over the country.
So,
what do you want?
I would say the same thing. I want it to not turn into another Chucky. I mean, I think I like the idea of it, like kind of what this movie is to the generation, which is like, I wouldn't even say our like Chucky. Chucky was not our time. What?
Yeah, I said what Chucky. See, like old people watch Chucky, young people watch M3GAN.
What do we watch?
Well, I don't want to say it.
Not me. Not.
Then we'll be old and we'll watch Chucky and
I would
Annabelle.
I would watch Chucky, but
I'm gonna like. I found out what we're talking about for my birthday episode.
Do you want to give a sneak peek or you want to say it later?
Oh, we're talking about Annabelle.
Oh, no. Are you serious?
I mean, I get to do anything I want for my birthday. I'm going to convince you that Annabelle is queen.
Okay, well, that'll be a Chase-only episode, and you can
it's just a solo
tune in
podcast.
next week. Or not next week, the week
after. What do you
after.
want for this week, Will?
I want you to shut the fuck up about it. I want Meg to step her pussy up, hunty.
Period.
Her mussy.
Absolutely.
I do. I'm
robussy.
Yeah, her robussy and slay the day away. I want her to just be confident in herself.
I want her to believe in herself.
Yeah. And I want her to take over the world.
Oh, and one of the M3GAN dolls from the fleet can come to the house, and then she uploads herself into a new doll.
Yeah, like Chucky.
Duh.
Yeah.
Duh. But now she has like a bunch of sisters. See, that's what's going to put the sub above. That is what is going to make her gay icon, is having like dozens of them.
Yeah.
And hundreds of them.
Yeah. Take over the world. Man.
And they're all like just like walking in sync. Like I want an army.
Dancing in sync.
Dancing on Their Own by Robin.
I'm saying, sorry. Like when like if okay, I have to stop after this, but if only one is left at the end and she just starts dancing to Dancing on My Own and starts singing.
Incredible. That's very smart. Last one standing.
Miss Cooper, I am available if you need a gay person to help write. Or you can just take the idea. I don't care. But I'll know. You don't need my help, girl. Please. But that's what an episode. This was fun.
This is fun. This is good.
We're a little conch.
We're a little conch.
But hey, you know what happens when you blow into a conch? Yeah.
Is that what happens? I'm trying to think of SpongeBob.
No, it's just loud.
The magic conch. It's just loud.
Yeah. Okay, we talked about. What did we talk about first?
Elvira.
We talked about
Last of Us.
We talked about
Meg.
Next time.
We're talking about my birthday. That's what we're doing next time.
Oh, goodness.
Thank you all so much for watching and listening. It means a lot. If you want to connect with us, connect with us in the YouTube comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel,
Yes.
or email us, fearqueers@gmail.com. Connect with us on Instagram at LGBTQVHS, or also Twitter at fearqueerspod. Also
And
email. I said that. Sorry.
What?
fearqueers@gmail.com. Go ahead.
And until Chase's birthday.
Until my
that
birthday.
ripe age of 28. Ew.
Gay friends. Bulletproof. Nothing to lose. Fire away. Fire away.
That would be a good mashup.
What?
Dancing on my own in Bulletproof? Or Titanium. Okay, bye.
Be afraid. Be very afraid. Now available on video cassette and select DVD. They'll leave you screaming for more.